I had some technical difficulties. Please forgive me, but it's Monday, so you know what it is. We all know what it is. So let's get it started, y'all. Let's make it happen. Hopefully, this audio technical difficulties will fucking find its way to really do what it needs to do. But right now, I have no clue why I am having such a difficulty right now.
From the heart, from the soul, from the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
All right now. As I always tell y'all, pull up y'all chairs, get you some water, eat you some fruit, roll you up a blunt, have you a cocktail, get you a beer. Just leave them pills alone. Alright, it's Monday. Black Bottom. Let's go.
I know we all make mistakes. I know it's hard to change. Why would you know that you were causing the pain? And maybe I was willing to, but why did you let me give you much too much? Don't know what I expect. Tell me, did you mind? Too much I had to lie to be by your side. My mercy blind. I found myself found. I found myself found. Eu não tô magoada, nem amargada, porque fica zangada com peixe que não voa, com frio que não amona, com deserto sem água. Não te posso forçar, ser alguém que não é. Não me senti segura, dependendo de você. I know it may be hard to hear you, it's hard to say. Saí, procurei. I found myself, found. I found myself, found. I don't wanna do if this is what it means. Never ask you to die for me. Just wanted you to try for me. I could never rely on you like you relied on me. Like you relied on me. They say precious strength for shoulders, not for hips. You really got me like I lift your lips high. I feel know that you can come to fantasy. Afraid that I will see it's right in front of me. Found myself found. I found myself Lose my life and I will find it. Sometimes I need to be reminded. Lose my life and I will find it. Sometimes I need to be reminded. Lose my life and I will find it. Find it, find it, find it, find it, find it.
Now, y'all, come on in. Let's grab them chairs. Let's fellowship tonight. It's Monday night. It's Black Bottom Roscast. So let's go, y'all. Let's get it. Hit them likes and things.
esperando para tu tiempo. Mi amor para ti no soy de ejemplo. Y ahora tú me digas que tú sabes que no soy para ti como la clave permanente. Esto es para tu mente, quiero ser tuyo por siempre. Y yo quiero que te sientas como yo me siento. Mira por ejemplo.
Hey, come on in now. Get you some water, get you some fruit. Roll you up a blunt. How you a bill? Get you a cocktail. Stay them pills long. Let's go. It's Monday.
Siempre voy a estar aquí a tu lado. Nunca me voy a cansar. Solamente yo te quiero enseñar qué tan caro es. Mírate qué tan caro es. Yo quiero tu morena. Lo rico que se ve. Mira cómo mueve así. Mira cómo goza, goza. Mira cómo toma, toma tu morena. Lo rico que se ve. Mira cómo mueve así. Mira cómo goza, goza. Ahora tú me dices que tú sabes. Te veo bailando. Te veo gozando. Te veo andando por la calle, mi morena. Yo sigo pensando que yo te quiero en mi brazo, mi morena. Yo te quiero en mi brazo, mi morena. Morena, que linda, morena, que gostosa, morena, morena. Ay, 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 mi morena. Ay, 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 mi morena. Ay, 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 mi morena. Ay, 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 mi morena.
All right, man. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these hearts up. Let's get this fellowship going on, man. It's Monday night, and it is the Black Broadcast. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. Let's fellowship tonight, y'all. It's Monday night. It's Black Bottom Roscast. Let's go. Get you some water. Get you some fruit. Roll you up a blunt. How you a beer? Get you a cocktail. Just lay them pills on. Them motherfuckers will kill you. All right, come on in. Let's fellowship tonight. We about to get it in. It's another week. It's another Monday, and it's Black Bottom. So where y'all at with it? Come on now. Let's fellowship tonight. Yo. Peace and blessings for all those that's tuning in right now. Grab y'all chairs. Let's fellowship. It's another week. And it's another Black Bottom. So let's get it on in. So come on in, y'all. We about to get it in. So let's fellowship tonight. Let's go. Right now, come on, grab them chairs, get you some water, eat you some fruit, roll you up a blunt, buy you a beer, get you a cocktail. Just leave them pills alone, because them motherfuckers will kill you. So let's all come on in and fellowship. Tonight is Monday night, and you know what it is. It's the Black Bottle. Yo, peace to all those that's up in the house right now. Chess, I see you. Brittany, I see you. Little bit, I see you. OG Fun Size, I see you. All those that's in right now. Hey, let's get it. Show about to start in a second. Let's catch the vibe right now. Now we about to get this show started. So as always, as we go on, here we go. You are here at the Ross. Come on, let's go.
I cannot say what's wrong or right. It's not hard to fool me. Guess I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. When you go away, I follow. No need to we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. So susceptible night, before the moment flies. So tell me good night, 'cause I find a better one. Susceptible night.
Come on in. It's Monday. It's Black Bottom. Let's go.
Inside a problem, 'cause I know what I'm getting into.
Come on in. Hit them likes. Hit them shares. I'm double streaming tonight. We on YouTube and on Facebook. Black Bottom Broadcast. Links in the description. Links in the comments. Let's go.
I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I find a better one, yeah. Susceptible night, before the moment flies, forever. So tell you good night, 'cause I find a better one. Susceptible night, before the moment flies.
Hey. We are back. Peace and blessings to everybody that's tuning in right now. Shout out to those that's on the Facebook side. Like I said, the link is in the comments. Go on over there on YouTube at the Black Bottom Broadcast. Like, share, subscribe. Hit them likes, hit them shares, hit them hearts. I'm double streaming again. This is what I've been doing. This is my third week doing this. This is my third week on YouTube right now. So I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. I hope everybody is striving to be the best version of themselves and try to be the best that we can be in this here endeavor we call life. I'll say I'm out here again. It's another Monday. It's the Black Bottom Broadcast. Been doing this for a little bit, so I'm just gonna change this light around so I can get it double lighted on both my streams. Because like I say, I'm struggle streaming on double time. I'm on Facebook and on YouTube. For those that's on Facebook, my YouTube page is Black Bottom Broadcast. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be doing this on a regular. Yo, what's up, little bit? What's up, OG Fun Size? I'm gonna just say this right now. OG Fun Size is my first and day one moderator for my shit. So I appreciate her putting the word out, putting the links in the comments and all of that, man. We all got to network, man. We got to build our platforms and do the best we can, Shout out to all those. Hey, shout out to Do Better Podcast. I got to give him a shout out. He literally sat up there, and I'm struggle streaming. I'm a nobody in these YouTube streets. And he sat up here last week and checked out my last live stream. And he actually commented and he subscribed to the page. So hopefully, if he's not busy right now, he can tune in. And man, please. And like I say, I'm not asking for no donations right now. I'm down and out. So I ain't got that many subscribers and and people watching. So I ain't gonna be trying to like hit y'all pockets. If anything, I just want you to just vibe with me. If you want to network, get on a live, whether we on Facebook or YouTube, and let's chop it up. Let's fellowship, man. Let's do that. But before we go any further though, like I always do, because like I say, I always keep a certain cadence as far as what I'm doing. So for those that's coming in, those that are in, grab your chairs, get you some water, eat you some fruit, roll you up a blunt, have you a beer, get you a cocktail. But just leave them pills alone, because them things will kill you. Now, like I say, I know sometimes, all these months that I've been on the Facebook side, I'll just be saying whatever. But now I'm on YouTube as well, so I gotta kind of be a more gentler, more less cursing, less vulgar version of Ross. But sometimes it's just gonna come out. So please forgive me because God ain't through with me yet. But before we go any further, this here live is sponsored by Ice House, Duff, Fiji water. You got to put that love in your body now. Got to put that water in your body. And the word of the game. So what's good with everybody? Everybody doing good? Everybody doing fine? It's another Monday, the start of the week. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the internet streets and just in the streets in general. I know y'all saw the title. It's going to be a very, very hot summer. It's going to be a very hot summer. And not just necessarily with the weather, because, every summer is hot. Need that air conditioning, need those fans, need to be washing up on a regular every few hours when you get sweaty and hot and sticky, stuff like that. But it's going to be a very red hot summer, especially amongst us black folk, because it seems like more and more every day I see the dysfunction and the calamity that's going on in our communities, that we got to do better, man. And I understand some of us don't like to mess around with certain people, certain circles, and stuff like that. And that's all good. Sometimes you just got to just fall back from certain people, certain situations, and the certain, situations. And that's understandable. But at the same time, we all the same. When we all look at each other, we see the same person. We see the same similar background. We see the same traumas. We see the same dramas in our lives. But it seems like we always try to do ourselves dirty. Well, we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to do this. But there's so much that we got to really grab a hold of and get back, because we losing ourselves in a lot of this shit that's going on out here, this sugar honey iced tea that's going on out here in this world. I got to learn how to, break down certain acronyms for certain curse words, because, I got to try to stay on certain guidelines, especially when I'm on the YouTube platform. So shout out to those that's tuning in on YouTube right now. And for those that are on YouTube, peace and blessings. I hope y'all good. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit your other peoples. Have them tune in to the live stream, because we about to chop it up and we about to fellowship. And I got a few things, I'm going to talk about tonight. But y'all already saw the heading of what this live is all about, because it is going to be a very hot summer. It's going to be a very hot summer. So for those who's on Facebook right now, peace. How y'all doing? Hit the like, hit them loves, and you see the link in the comments. Go on YouTube, subscribe to Black Bottom Roscast. You know what I'm saying? What's up with everybody that's out here tonight? I hope everybody's good. But I gotta talk about some things. And before I go any further, I know some of y'all that's been watching me on the Facebook stream since like October of last year. I've been doing it on a regular on that platform since October. This is my official third week on YouTube as of tonight. I just started, and I know I done said this before. I know some of y'all that's familiar with me on the other side then said, "Oh shit, here you go. He about to do this old rant again. He about to start talking shit. He about to get belligerent. He about to get long-winded." But I will say this. I promise you, I'm not going to be too long. Okay? I'm not going to be too long. I'm going to be just long enough to stay strong, but I ain't going to be too long to make you fall asleep. Because I heard, a few people on the outside that say, "Man, I really like how you get down on this. I really like how you talk. You're relaxing. It's like you go off, but you don't really go off." But they ain't seen some of my other lives in the past. So if they really saw that, they'll know, yeah, I kind of go off sometimes when I just get into a certain vibe. But I'm trying to do better. Shout out to Theo Coop. I hope you're watching. Hey, shout out to Dee Dee. Shout out to Crimson Cure. Don, Black Light Podcast. Where are you, bro? You ain't been on for quite some time. And I know ain't nobody else talked about it on the YouTube streets, but we got to understand something. Where are you? Are you just taking a break right now? Is there something wrong? Put a short out. Do something. Let people know you're okay. You've been in the YouTube streets for quite a while, and all of a sudden, you just disappeared. So we kind of wondering where you at there, bro. And I hope everything is good with that. I hope you really are just taking a break and just whatever. We done lost too many people out here over these last few months and last year. Sometimes you gotta drink some tea too. But man, pop your head up, do a 10-second short, something. I don't know if everybody else is thinking about it, but I'm thinking about it. But as far as all that, shout out to the Charles in Charge. Philip Scotts, the O'Shea Duke Jacksons. Shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all actually been inspiring me to just take, what I'm doing on the Facebook side to a different level. Sisha Zed, the Coffee Pot Podcast, MTR, all you guys that are real in the manosphere, that's doing Pink Book lessons. All these people I'm talking about, for all those that's on Facebook, go to YouTube and subscribe to those people. They do real good content. Poor Man Podcast, do some real good content. Even Duke the Don, shout out to him too. They do real good podcasts, real good quality stuff. I'm struggle streaming, so I'm trying to catch up. But as y'all see, talk about a few things, and we're gonna get right to it. So if anybody wanna comment on certain things I'm talking about, feel free. If you decide you want to jump on the live for whatever I'm talking about and give your opinion, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm not asking for no cash apps and no super chats and none of that right now. Like I said, as far as on the YouTube side, I'm just trying to build my following, and then later down the line, I'll make that happen. And for y'all that's on Facebook, same thing. But if y'all want to give a donation for the night show, just request it in the comments. I'll give you my Cash App, and hell, even if it's $1, I don't care. Like my man Sinful the P used to say back in the day, rest his soul, God rest his spirit. Uh, a bunch of ones is better than a bunch of nuns, and that's real talk. But let's talk about some things tonight, and then I'm gonna let y'all go on with the rest of y'all night. I apologize for the late start. I'll be having technical difficulties with some of my phone-ins and my technical shit. Sometimes they just be wanting to freeze up on the motherfucker and don't want to act right. So I had to restart my shit, refresh it. I had the whole shit set up, long before I started to live. If I normally start at 8, I at least try to start at 8 on the dot. But for whatever reason, it wanted to give me 10, 13 minutes of hell. So I had to start it all over, but we on right now, so that's all that matters. I hope a lot of y'all that's familiar with my lives, I hope y'all be catching the vibe and liking the vibe. I'll be starting off when I first start off, the live stream. I hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Jada? What's up, Buki? Shout out to y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Question? Hey, check it out. I'm double streaming tonight, y'all. I am on Facebook, and I officially got my YouTube page on, so y'all can go on YouTube. Like I say, the link is in the comments. Black Bottom Roscast on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm just trying to, do what I do and be what I be. And yeah, let's talk about some things tonight. It's been a lot of shit that's been going on last couple weeks, last couple weekends. I know a lot of us older cats have really been laughing at a few things. This whole Freaknik documentary that's on Hulu is shaking a lot of people up in my generation. It ain't the men, it's the women. You generation females, you ladies that's right now, that's my age and a little older. And I'm Generation X too. I was born in 71. I'll be 52 in August. So a lot of the Generation X people that's still around or my age up until about 60. Why y'all tripping about this Hulu documentary that's getting ready to come out about the Freaknik in 94? I believe the whole documentary is going to be on that year, but if they did 95 as well, I can understand, because since 93, I went out there from 93 to 97 when the very last one that I went to was okay, but it was a lot of chaos at that point. The last 2 years after that, it was garbage. I didn't even go waste my time to go to 98 or 99's Freaknik. Matter of fact, it ended officially in 99. But I understand why some of you ladies are in y'all feelings and all on the internet bitching and moaning. I hear it's a lawsuit that some of y'all is trying to put on Hulu to silence that documentary. I hear it's a judge, a couple of corporate workers, and one or two other people that are all black women. And I wonder, and it's not that I wonder, I know why y'all want to do that. Because you are afraid. Because this is what it was. If you're in my age range, my point, good luck to that. If you was in our generation, the Generation X, and you went down to Freaknik when you was in your early 20s, mid 20s, early 30s, some of us back then in our 40s, y'all know what y'all was doing down there. I was down there. I saw it all. Do I have some Freaknik stories? Yes, the hell I do. For those that was too young to experience it, I'm sorry to hear that. Anybody that didn't experience what the old school house scene was back in the early and mid and late 80s and early 90s, and then for y'all that didn't experience the Freaknik and the bike nights and the Mardi Gras from the early, mid, and late 90s, I'm sorry y'all missed it. I'm sorry y'all missed it. But see, these ladies that's trying to put on this lawsuit to Hulu to suppress that documentary, y'all only doing that on the simple fact that the world is about to see that a lot of you so-called modern women, that y'all independent boss bees that y'all talk about right now, you're going to be real upset to find that the whole world is about to find out that you was busting down just like the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, the Nicki Minaj's, the Little Kims, all them up. Well, Little Kim was around our generation. She was at the Freaknik with us too, you know. But some of you motherfuckers are just high on the hog. You so-called want to be Christians now. You so-called churchgoers. You so-called married with kids. Yeah, your husband didn't know what you was on when you was in your early and mid 20s. Some of y'all ladies in y'all 30s and 40s, what y'all was doing down there in the line with some of the young bucks. Some of you ladies was busted down with 16, 17-year-old boys, but y'all won't talk about us. Some of you ladies were down in Atlanta for that from Thursday to Sunday, busting down. And you was probably doing that with a minor, but you didn't give a shit. You know, down in the South, you know, the youth, they grow up big. So you could have been hanging out with a motherfucker that you thinking is your age, and that boy was a sophomore in high school. See, us men, we really knew to hold fast as far as anything we did out there. And let's just keep it 100. Any man, woman that went down to Freaknik in them days, you knew what it was about. It was a big ass party. Black men and women coming from all over, all these different black colleges was coming into town, kicking it, partying, and to fuck. Let's not forget that. Need I say that again? This is why them older ladies that's in these high esteem positions not right now in their life, they're trying to stop this documentary from getting put out. And you're not going to stop it. I'm sorry. I don't care who y'all think y'all are. You're not going to stop it Because if it was the other way around, if it was a certain thing that was going on back in the day that all us men, us black men, was doing debaucheries and pirate ass, Viking ass shit, y'all would love to get us exposed. You would love to get the black men put on Front Street if that whole situation was solely looked upon as far as what the black man was doing out there. Y'all would, y'all, when's it coming out? Fuck that. Put it out early. Y'all tell them, push it early. Play it tonight. Make a premiere. Tell me I'm lying. My man question mark just said, yeah, truth. Y'all would drive it into the ground if the debaucherous things that happened in Freaknik in the early and mid 90s was just all about the brothers. You would love to just expose us. But see, it ain't about that. See, this whole documentary is about to show what your mamas was doing 30 years ago. What some of your grandmamas was doing 30 years ago. But want to tell y'all, no, y'all doing the most. No, they not. No, they not. Because let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a stack. If those women was down there every year, the third week of April, down there in Georgia for Freaknik, doing what they was doing down there, I'm quite sure they was in their respective cities doing the same goddamn thing. I'm quite sure those ladies at that time was doing whatever they was doing when they got back home the same. So it ain't nothing different. It's just when they went out of town, they really let their hair down because they didn't know nobody. Of course, they just keep it in the family. But don't say they didn't do it. And I know some of y'all ain't gonna like, if y'all ain't liking it, y'all are not liking this shit, man. Y'all are fucking nervous. I have not seen so much media and online reaction to this one documentary. Now see, like perfect example, right? Like my man question mark. A few other people that's probably tuned in on the Facebook side. We all from the 80s. We was all in a deep house move. You think what we were doing was any better than what the fuck they were doing out there in Freaknik? We was really getting it in. A lot of that shit wasn't recorded. I'm trying to tell y'all this. For those, hey, and check this out. I don't know if you got your ticket, but July 1st question, I'm going to be at the Riviera checking out Lil Louis. Yeah, I'm coming back into the house circle too. A lot of us are still around. Thank you for posting that out there, Craig Alexander, and a few other people from my old circles from back in the 80s. Yeah, it's going to be a real family reunion at the Riviera, July the 1st. You better get your tickets. They might be sold out. Because I'm going to tell you, when Little Louis used to do shit back in the 80s at the Bismarck, $10 from the door to the corner, around the corner, 2 blocks down, used to be a line. If you got in, you got in. If you was plugged, you was plugged. If you wasn't plugged, you probably didn't get in that night. Try next time. Okay, already got mines. So I'm going to see you there. I'm telling you, it's going to be a beautiful thing. And those that know about the house scene, you know how we got out. So just to piggyback off what I was saying, we had a lot of shit going on too. Oh, we did a lot of shit in the house scene. But you know what? We okay with that. Why? We were teenagers into 20s. A lot of us hung out with cats even back then when we was like sophomore, junior high school. That was like 25, 30 years old back then. So it wasn't no difference. We all got in where we fit in. We clicked up with who we clicked up with. We enjoyed the time that we had. And when it was over and we had to grow up and be an adult and live our lives, it was what it was. See the difference between that generation as far as the house scene and the generation of all those that was in the Freaknik, the camcorders came into effect. And when I say, when we was down in Atlanta, anytime them women saw them big dumbass camcorders, because there was the dumb ones, they wasn't the portable ones as they got more advanced towards the late 90s and the early 2000s before they just kind of faded out and then the phones got popular and then all this other shit, you know. Like right now, if everybody would have had a smartphone at Freaknik in the early and mid 90s, half y'all want to leave and move to Canada. It was something going on everywhere. And when them girls saw them camcorders on record, they were showing the fuck out. I know some of you ladies that's right now my age and older, especially you 60-year-old motherfuckers that was like 30 fucking around with teenage young boys, early 20 young boys. You 30 and 40-year-old wenches. Y'all shitting in y'all pants right now because some of y'all was getting fucked on cars. Some of y'all was showing y'all titties in the middle of the street with about 4,000-5,000 people. Some of y'all was doing peep shows in hotels. Some of y'all was busting it down at the strip club. But y'all holier than now. Trying to tell your daughters and your sons, y'all don't need to be doing that. It ain't told nobody shit. Half of you motherfuckers was messing with the men and the women. A lot of y'all during the Freaknik days really turned y'all freak on, especially you ladies. A man is going to be a man. Sorry, y'all, if y'all feel that, you know, we all supposed to hold some kind of equal ground, but no, we don't. A man is going to be a man. If a man was attractive, if a man had a little something going for himself, if a man was approaching a young lady during them times and they was with it, it was going down. But some of you ladies was just letting 4, 5, 10, 20 motherfuckers just grope your ass at once. I used to see so many of you ladies at Freaknik letting random motherfuckers just stick their fingers and hands all up in your crotch and your ass, up under your shirt, all kind of shit. But y'all want to do this Me Too shit now. What y'all gonna like see this documentary? Remember the guys that was doing you the way you allowed them to do, and you gonna like Me Too theirs? Is that what y'all gonna do? That'll be some retarded ass shit y'all did that shit. Straight up. That would be some retarded, remedial, slow, what you thinking about ass shit if y'all did that. Like I said, I got some Freaknik stories. I'm not about to get into all that right now. Probably another day. Probably another live. I'll break, man, look, I'm trying to tell you. If you was in your early 20s and went to Atlanta that third week of April, man, you saw a lot. You saw a lot. So how we in for a long summer, right? All that is carried on into these next generations of our children. The millennials, the Gen Zs, the things that Generation X really set out and did tainted our generations after us. Because to be real honest with you, Generation X was the last of the revolutionary children. We were the last of the civil rights children and the Panther children, the Pan-Africanist children. Our generation was supposed to carry that struggle and that fight and take it to a higher height. Some of us tried it. Some of us refused it. Some of us didn't even want to admit it. And they just turned their back on it for their own personal reasons. And that's fine. You know, if you want to have, you know, your life, if you want to live your life the way you want to live it, can't nobody really tell you how to live your life. Nobody. Especially that we so-called supposed to be free, right? But don't never forget your past. Because when you forget your past, you condemn to repeat it in the future. And all of us had that knowledge as Generation X babies. We knew what our elders and our grand elders and our elders before them, we knew what they experienced. Hell, when I was in grade school, we didn't have Black History Month. We had Black History Week. 5 days. I mean, they probably talked about it after Friday when school was over. But when I was in school, it was Black History Week. And it was a little pamphlet like this with Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, George Carver Washington, fuck. A few other people. We had music. We used to sing John Henry, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, MLK. Yeah. Didn't have Malcolm in there. Didn't have Selassie in there. Didn't have Steve Biko in there. We didn't have the real revolutionaries in there. You didn't have Huey Newton in there. You didn't have Bobby Seals in there. You didn't have Bobby Hutton in there. You didn't have Latrice Lumumba in there. You didn't have Stokely Carmichael in there. You had a handful when we was in grade school. Black History Week. Look it up. Look it up. Matter of fact, yeah, MLK was like the last one they were having those little pamphlet booklets that we was in grade school with when we was like in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. He'd be the last one. You know, they had the George Washington Carvers, the Harriet Tubmans, Bethune. They had her in there. Yeah, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? They had the ones I just mentioned earlier. You know, but that was just a handful. It had nothing to do with anything further than that. And they wanted to compact it in just 1 week. Ooh, y'all gave us a break and gave us a month. But every year I see that we don't show no Black love and support to Black history. But when St. Patrick's Day go on, we wilding out. When Cinco de Mayo going on, we wilding out. When all these other festivals and all these other ethnic groups have, y'all wilding out. Kind of Black history, I ain't see shit. And y'all barely even promote Kwanzaa. You half-ass do Juneteenth. But I digress. But yeah, we are in for a long ride if you don't teach these youths what's really going on. A couple weeks ago, we got a gang of teenagers going downtown, raising hell, destroying property, pulling people out of cars, setting shit on fire. And because of what? Because so many of us are so wrapped up in our own personal wants, you neglect your children and leave them out here in this society to get tainted, to get twisted, to get misdirected. When we were coming up, our mamas and them, our uncles and them, our daddies and them got in our ass. Granddaddies, all that got in our ass. They wasn't playing with us. See, the bridge that's real messed up right now, I think that us Generation X people, we got too big for our bridges. And we stopped caring about everybody else and started worrying about more of ourselves. A lot of us done that, men and women. I've seen it. I've watched it as the years have progressed. We are to blame. Because, see, a lot of us in the Gen X generation didn't like Big Mama and them getting on our ass like how they used to get on our ass to stay straight and narrow. And all of us, and I know all of us can attest to this, all of us was like, man, when I get grown, when I get older, when I get about this house, I'm going to do what the fuck I need to do. And I ain't going to do my kids like how they did them, how they did us. But to be honest with you, if they wouldn't have done a lot of us the way they did us and treated us, we'd be worse off. We'll be just like these newer generations. We'd be worse off. A lot of us, we didn't like that shit when we was growing up, but when we became grown and we was out there in the real world, you sat back that one day where you was at and was like, now I get why mama was like that towards me. Now I get why Unc was in my ass like that. Now I get why my father was cursing my ass out. Now I get it. So now you took all that knowledge that you refuted when you was in high school and rebelling and had hair on your nuts and hair on your cooch, and you thought you were grown. You thought you knew it all. You thought you knew the whole world at 16. You thought you had it all in your hands and didn't know shit until you really got out there in the world and had to be responsible, had to get out there and make money, had to pay bills. What if some of y'all couldn't go back home with your mama? What if some of y'all didn't have it so easy when you can just call a family member and they giving you some money on the spot? What if you was that person during that time? You know what you had to do? You had to get it the best way you knew how. You had to get up and get out and get something. Like Outkast said back in the day. You had to get up, get out, and get something. Because if not, you weren't going to have shit. And I'd rather have a little something than a lot of nothing. So we had to get out there and do that. But yeah, man, kids right now, And they were supposed to this past weekend come back at it. But obviously, whoever is organizing that shit, you need to go fuck yourself and your mama. Because why would you send these young youths to mess their lives up more than what it already is? What kind of person are you to try to incite that kind of resistance? For what? What are you trying to prove? That more and more businesses is going to leave our communities, and then you're going to be really stuck. And those that are disenfranchised and struggling, they're going to be struggling some more. Is this the agenda that us as Black people is helping the masses, the ones that have it, to really say the hell with you? Is this your end game? Is that y'all end game? To keep fucking up. Well, you have nothing of any substance in your communities. Is this what y'all trying to do? I don't want no parts of that, man. I don't raise minds to be a part of that. And if you a mama and a large amount of you ladies are raising these young women and boys because y'all don't want a man, y'all want to be single, I understand. I understand, bro. A lot of y'all don't want a man. Y'all independent, y'all modern women, this, that, and the third. But across the board, our children are reading below their level of reading. Education is at an all-time low. It used to be a time when we grew up in public schools, we actually respected the teachers, we respected our curriculums, and we did the best we could to get out of there and pass our shit. Now, school system don't give a shit. Parents ain't involved. Kids don't give a shit. Y'all just let the motherfucker. We used to laugh. My man Question Mark can attest to this. We used to laugh at demos growing up in high school. All those is in our generation in the 80s that went to school know what demos were. You know, the motherfuckers that were supposed to graduate in 81, but stayed in high school to 83, 84. 21-year-old senior. Get the fuck out of here, man. Why the fuck are you still in high school? Why the fuck are you still in high school? You know what I'm talking about? You supposed to graduate in 81, but your ass is still there in 84? Fuck you doing? We used to laugh at them niggas. Tell me I'm not lying. They thought they were cool, right? Yeah, of course. Some of the girls, you know, they used to jock them because some of them had a little swag about them, so to speak. But they were bums. You 20, 21 years old in high school. There's nothing to brag about. There's nothing to brag about. And we used to laugh and clown them niggas from the side because they heard it, they try to fight us. And we wasn't trying to have that kind of smoke unless we was mobbed up. Then we didn't give a fuck. But for the most part, when us that was in high school, that was actually in the grade that we supposed to be in, and we looking at a motherfucker, we a sophomore, and the senior that was a senior when you was a freshman is still a senior while you a junior. Like, what? You ain't left yet? Because, see, it was a cutoff. They kicked their asses out when they turned 21. So a lot of them just said to fuck with it. I'm going to just ride it out until they just totally can't stand me no more. And the public school system would let these demo-ass dumb motherfuckers stay in school till they're 21 years old. And after that, it's on them what they do after that. And I really didn't care because I graduated at 17, going on 18, so I could give a fuck about what the fuck they was doing. But the shit is crazy, though. But it's also getting wilder because how a lot of us is dealing with our children. We're not doing the right things. And y'all, a lot of us is putting our children unprepared in society, emotionally, a lot of different ways. Especially, I know I'm quite sure y'all heard about that story that went on in Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. It's been all over the internet since like last weekend. Substitute teacher was in a class out there at a Rocky Mountain High school. And I'm assuming that one of the students was doing too much on her phone. So the teacher, we all know this. That's in school. If you're doing shit and have shit that is distracting you from your class subject, the teacher can confiscate your shit. And they can either do one or two or three things. Either they'll give it to you after the end of the class, have your parents pick it up, or they'll take it to the office. She didn't do the others. She was willing to give this child her phone after class. That girl didn't want to hear. The girl didn't want to hear. She got all out of her body. She started going in the teacher's face, bitching and moaning about this phone. And this is what I'm saying. This whole technical shit that we got going on with these cell phones, these iPads, these laptops and shit like that. Our youth is doing the most with it. See, when we grew up, we didn't have all that. We had Atari 5000, 2500. Hell, in the 90s, we had pages. If you had an actual cellular phone that was mounted in your car, you had to actually spend money for that. And I know some of y'all in the old days, that's from the old days, remember them big ass bags that used to have the carry-on cell phone? That shit was heavy as fuck. But nobody trying to carry all that shit back then, man. But majority of the people that had cell phones in them days, especially like the mid and late 80s, you had bread. It was an exclusive thing. Now everybody got a baby fucking computer in their fucking pocket and they taking advantage of it because all I see is people all day doing this, walking down the street, doing this. Damn near about to run and get your ass hit by a car because you all into your goddamn phone and you done got out of reality. You so much into this virtual shit that you are out of reality. And this girl was out of reality because that's how she was brought up, because probably her mama gave her all this shit when she was young just to get that little child out of her goddamn face because she didn't want to be a real parent to her child. A lot of you motherfuckers out there got y'all kids the way they are because you didn't really spend no real time with them. You gave them all the video games, all the technical shit with your little money that you got just to get them out your damn face. Not teaching them shit. These kids can whip through phones and apps and all this shit better than they can read and write, do math, and keep their grades up in school. They'll know all these raps, all these bullshit musics that's on the radio now. See, I'm so glad I came up in the era that I came up in, because we didn't grow up with all this fuck shit on the radio like how y'all got right now. It used to be a time when we had a favorite song, it might play once out of the whole week. And we was hoping that we had our cassette player and our cassette tape set for it. So whatever radio station we knew was going to play it, was going to play it. And as soon as it came on, some of us just recorded halfway in the song. Some of us, we just missed the beginning, but we recorded that shit. That was the only way we was going to have that shit, because they didn't play music. They didn't play one song 30 times in an hour like how they do now. They actually had a variety of shit. That's what made us a little bit more advanced at 16, at 15. Our generation at 15, 16, yeah, we was a little bit more advanced mentally. Maybe not technical, but we was mentally more advanced. How many of us in my generation remember somebody that we went to high school with that had their own crib at 15, 16? Hit them likes and hit them hearts if you remember some people that we all grew up with in high school that actually had their own crib. I know I remember. I remember that. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. Anywho, how many of y'all remember back in the day when we had like a motherfucker in sophomore or junior year that actually had their own crib? How many of us back in the day remember when we kept a job? Even if it was a little part-time job, back in the day, shit, we could go up north and get a studio apartment for like $250 to $300 a month. Back when gas was 99 cents a gallon. Man, I'm trying to tell you, question, back in them days, you was Ola Salima this shit if you had your own crib and we was in high school. But certain people actually had certain circumstances. Because I remember one sister that I actually went to high school with, and she was 15 and had her own crib, had a shorty, but she was also a ward of the state. So it was like, that kind of situation. But in that time, we had a little bit more dignity, a little bit more respect for what we was trying to do and what we was a part of at that time, opposed to what it is now. Our shorties today have no respect for their elders. They don't care what they do. They don't care what they say. And they don't care how they act. That shit y'all motherfuckers pulled last week downtown, if that was 1985, you will see a bunch of us on milk cartons, because our mamas and daddies would have fucking killed the shit out of our ass. Killed our shit dead. You'd have been missing after that. If my grandmama saw my black ass at 15, 16, downtown, jumping on cars, setting shit on fire, and she's seeing this shit on the 10 o'clock news, she gonna be sitting in that motherfucking living room like this. As soon as I walk in the house. Oh, so you think you a badass nigga, huh? You'll never see me again. You would never see me again. Like, damn, where Ross at? Man, I don't know, man. I heard, I was walking down the street that night, and I heard his mama saying, "You motherfucker!" And a bunch of loud banging and screaming, and I just kept walking. And the next thing you know, the next morning, I just saw like throwing out like 3 like big garbage bags of trash out in the alley. Maybe like, damn, where Ross at, mama? Man, hey, I don't know. Hey, look, he moved out. He gone. And I be at, I'm trying to tell you, we had a little bit more respect for our elders back in them days, opposed to some of you people. But some of y'all done made it bad for yourself because you want to be friends to your children. You don't set the boundaries. You ain't even got the structure because y'all was so into not wanting to do to your children the way you was done. And you knew better, but y'all didn't do better. You knew better, but you didn't do better. Some of y'all. Some of us got it. To this day, I still can't curse in front of my mother, and I'm about to be 52 goddamn years old. And I know if she see this live, she gonna be like, man, you know, baby, that language, I understand. But like I say, God forgive me. God ain't through with me yet. Okay? God ain't through with me yet. I get it. You know, sometimes I could just go off the rails. But I gotta be a more kinder, gentler, more understanding, more mature Ross. Okay? I'm trying my best. Don't hold me. Please don't hold me. But yeah, man, but that whole Rocky Mountain shit and that teacher beat the brakes off that little girl. But she deserved it, really. Teacher got arrested. And I hope the things work out in that teacher's favor. Please, y'all, stand up for these teachers. We are losing more and more teachers in the school system than ever before because they are tired of dealing with your remedial, disrespectful, slow ass, short bus shorty having ass kids. Oh, he just special. Oh, she just special. No, that bitch ain't got no motherfucking home training. That little rockhead ass boy ain't got no home training because of you. You done sat up there and popped off a baby with some bum ass nigga that wasn't gonna marry you, wasn't gonna build a family with you just because he had a little money, had a little swag, and he was swinging. You let him smash. No foundation of a family. You half-ass backwards. Your ass half backwards. Yeah, I said it. Your half-ass backwards. Your ass backwards. Who taught you to do that? Oh, I know some of you young ladies, your mamas told you, oh, if you're dealing with some of these men, get the most you can get out of them. Do what you got to do to get it. A lot of you mamas was raising your daughters to be fucking prostitutes. Don't let me go there. I'm telling you, I'm old enough to know because I saw it. We saw it when we were coming up. It just got worse. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying that some of you 40, damn near 50-year-old bitches are raising your daughters to be hookers. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. Tell me, you didn't tell your daughter, you go out with that man, you better get as much as you can from him and do what you need to do to get it. Tell me you didn't do it. Tell me you didn't tell your daughter that all pussy costs. Tell me you didn't do it. I had a mom about a decade and a year ago tell me that bullshit with a skank ass bitch I used to deal with back then. Being a dumbass, trying to be a real man, trying to look out for her and her daughter that wasn't my child. This bitch came in my motherfucking crib with a fucking book bag and the clothes on her motherfucking back. And for a year, I gave her a whole motherfucking wardrobe just to play me at the end. And her mama had the audacity, because when it was all said and done and the bitch had to get out, the first thing that broad tried to grab was all the shit I bought that bitch. And I was like, at first, like, no, hold on, what the fuck you doing? Her mama had the audacity to say, fuck you mean? That's her shit. All pussy costs. Duly noted. So take your broke pussy daughter ass about my shit. And to this day, she ain't shit. Bitch got 3 damn babies by 8 different baby niggas. Yep, I said 3 babies by 8 different baby niggas. Wasn't me though. But I bet you her mama was at the Freaknik back in the 90s. Because her mama around my age too. See, this is what y'all afraid of. Some of you women that's my age and older, y'all are afraid that you are going to get all the way exposed because the internet wasn't popping. Wasn't no iPhones, wasn't no Androids, wasn't no video phones going on. It was only camcorders. And I will say this, and for anybody that's ever been out there to the Freaknik like me, whenever they saw that camcorder, them bitches got even more. Didn't give a fuck. They wanted to put on the show. You're afraid because your poly purebred ass now is going to get exposed. It's the thought that she was back then, the busser that she was back then, the strawberry, that was the word back then that we used to call you hoes. Strawberries. How about it? As time went on, the word changes. But back then, y'all was some strawberries. Some bust downs. Some hoes. Y'all had a little bit more respect because you only did it for certain people. If you knew a motherfucker had that chop, as y'all say right now, that guap, that money, that bread, oh yeah, y'all was busting down. Or if you just thought that guy was just that attractive, y'all bust down for them motherfuckers. Had no resistance. But now y'all like, oh, no, you can't put this out. Yes, they need to put it out. Because some of you young generation ass motherfuckers need to find out that your mama and your grandmama was a fucking slut. And they talked all that shit about you, but didn't teach you no better because they was doing the same shit. The motherfucker that you thought was your daddy might not be your daddy. It might have been that motherfucker she was busting down with at the Freaknik. It's about to get real hectic. It's about to get real hectic. That's why they want to stop that whole Freaknik shit from dropping. Because they are real scared. You got a judge, 3 women that's in corporate America, and a couple other women that's in high earning careers now. That's like in their 50s, maybe 60s, maybe late 40s, that are black, that are trying to put a kibosh and put a lawsuit against Hulu for releasing the video footage of Freaknik of 94. I think it's gonna be 94 and 95 because I started going in 93. I went from 93 every year to 97. 94, 95, that's when bitches was literally walking around butt ass naked. Butt ass naked. Sitting on top of cars, showing it all. Just for attention. Y'all women love attention. Some of you ladies that didn't get enough hugs, sleeps, and eats, and shit like that, and kisses, or whatever, y'all love the attention that y'all was getting. Y'all doing the Tootsie Roll, the Doodle Brown, the Freak, all that shit. Y'all was just letting all kind of motherfuckers just grab all up under you. But it's our fault, right? It's the men's fault, right? Man, look here. The first time I went down there, I was 21. Yeah, I saw some shit. I got involved in some shit. And you probably might see me on some of the video footage at the Freaknik. But you ain't gonna see me doing no fuck shit out in the middle of the street. Because whatever I did was behind closed doors and the revolution was not televised. The fuck? Who does that? But them other niggas, they just wasn't giving a fuck. They was doing whatever. They had their big ass camcorders on their shoulders, just doing movies. And y'all was going for it. Now y'all mad? Because that footage is about to get released. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry, TT. I'm sorry, cousin. A lot of y'all about to get exposed. You talk about these young motherfuckers right now. Y'all talk about the Cardi B's and the Megans. The one thing I can say about y'all back in the 90s, you look at that footage, you don't see a lot of tattoos. You very rarely see any overweight women. Y'all was actually in shape 30 years ago. Y'all actually look pretty healthy. Didn't have no BBLs, all these enhancements, these long ass lashes that's rubbing my back from across the street and shit. These long ass raptor claws that I don't know how y'all even wiping your ass. You know, y'all wasn't doing that back then. I will give y'all that. But as far as your actions, as far as how y'all was moving with the opposite sex and even the same sex, you know, back then it wasn't that prevalent to be so open that you like to licky licky on the cat and sticky lady. It wasn't that hot back then, but y'all was doing that shit. And because of all this, it's been a study that's right out here right now. You could probably look it up in blackdemographics.com and a few other sites. Generation Z, these younger motherfuckers that's out, they are on record as being shown as the most bisexual group of women in all of our societies going back to the baby boomers. Generation Z is so buck ass wild that they are the most highly rated bisexual group in our community. This world has definitely turned into Sodom and Gomorrah. And y'all just don't see it. Some of y'all think it's cute. Some of y'all think it's sweet. Some of y'all think it's acceptable. Some of y'all just think it's cool. But it's real backwards out there. Ass backwards. Or bass aquas. As I always say. It's bass ass aquas out there. And y'all just don't see it. So we can't blame the new generation for what's going on right now. You old assholes, it's y'all fault. But you know how y'all always blame us men for everything? Some of you old assholes fucked it up. Because you want to be so independent. You don't need no man. You can get Zaddy to take care of you for your housing, for your funding, for your child support. Fuck that nigga. Why'd you even have a child with him? Oh, you had a child with him just so you can get them benefits. Oh, that's what you did. Because you sit up here and you dog him out because y'all didn't work out. Now he this, that, and the third, but you had a child with this man. You didn't think, was you not raised to be a wife? Was you not raised to see if a motherfucker really wasn't feeling you like that? Or you just didn't give a fuck? You had a little money, had a little car, maybe had a crib, probably spent a little money with you, and slammed the shit out your ass like WWE in the bedroom. So you didn't give a fuck. In the minute you told him, oh man, I'm pregnant. Well, I don't want a baby. Well, I'm going to keep it anyway. See what I'm saying? Well, I don't believe in abortion. Why'd you let this motherfucker go 10 rounds in your ass raw dog, knowing he was going to shoot up the club? Why'd you do it? Because it don't feel the same with a condom on. Them birth control, they be fucking me up. There are so many other means to prevent all that. Really, the one thing is to not do it in the first place. If you're not going to do all this, the birth control, and the condoms, and this, that, and the third, I guess y'all just wasn't taught just to be abstinence. You know what I'm saying? I guess a lot of us wasn't taught that, look, if that's not going to be your wife, if that's not going to be your husband, don't be doing all this shit raw dog and think nothing's going to happen. Because eventually one of them nights you feel like getting down in my Billy Ocean voice. Yeah, some of the old school motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. One of them nights you feel like getting down. Yeah. You got down too much. And you let it ski. And now a few weeks later, you're talking about, oh shit, I'm late. What you late for? But you didn't properly vet this man, and a lot of us is us brothers too. It's our fault too. We just be doing stupid ass shit. putting ourselves in that situation too, knowing damn well you ain't bound to really be with this motherfucker, but you shoot up the motherfucking club playing dice and you roll snake eyes. Now you can deal with it. Because 9 times out of 10, she gonna keep that baby. Now you fucked. And the cycle just kept going on and on and on. Some of us brothers is taking care of children that ain't even yours. I think the most hurtful thing in the world is for a man to take care of a child 18, 20 plus years, then find out that damn child ain't theirs. Because the baby mama wants to be a fucking slut. But we the dogs. Men are the dogs. We all know the stories. We all heard the testimonies. We all know what's been going on. But we got to do better, though. We definitely got to do better. Hey, shout out to all those that's on Facebook right now that tuned in. Like I say, please go to my YouTube page, Black Bottom Roscast. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Show me some love. Show me some likes. I ain't asking for no donations. Not yet, but soon. So shout out to all those that's been coming on. I really appreciate y'all coming aboard and just chopping it up with me, man. You know, like I say, yeah, we in for a real hot summer right now because it's about to get real hot. A lot of young old ladies is about to get exposed for who you really are. That's why y'all putting that shit out there like that. And now the scale's starting to get a little bit more even. Y'all want this equality. Y'all want to be equal to us men. Now you about to get it. You about to be dogged out just as much as we've been dogged out for fucking decades. A lot of you ladies that thought y'all was hide on a hog are holier than now. When them videos start coming out, some of y'all gonna be like recognizing your mama, your grandmama, your cousin, your older sister, all that shit. How your life been out? Men gonna be men. We didn't give a fuck. And y'all didn't give a fuck because back in them days, y'all was jumping down and busting down with motherfuckers that had money, just like how y'all do now. But y'all just doing it in a different level right now. Y'all don't do it face to face like how we had to do it. Y'all gonna do it online, on OnlyFans and Instagram and all this bullshit. Fuck out of here. Any man that's sitting up here giving bitches money on motherfucking online, I just slap the fuck out your ass because you a punk. Hell, at least back in them days, if I'm gonna give a bitch some money, she right there in my face. So I'm gonna get that right there. Not, oh, fly me out. No, man, I ain't flying your ass out nowhere. Y'all slow asses talking about flew out. No, it's getting flown out. Learn, see, that's what's wrong with y'all. Half of you motherfuckers don't know how to fucking talk correctly. Don't know how to construct proper fucking words and proper sentences. Because your mama didn't teach you shit. And your grandmama wasn't doing shit either. Yeah, I said it. You ladies that's such bosses and independent and all this other shit, you done fucked up these kids. You 90s women. You 90s women that had them babies that are now grown You fucked them up. The boys and the men. They more gayer than your ass was back then. And it's your fault. Got something to say about it? Let me know. I'm here. I'm listening. I'll wait. You raised your boys to be super feminine. You raised your girls to be super masculine. And you raised them all to be dysfunctional. You're fucking up our future. This is supposed to be the future movers and shakers of our community when we old and dead and gone. Then it's going to be way fucked up more than what it is now. Thank you. I hope you're real proud of how you raised your kid. Call me what you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. But mine ain't going to be fucking with y'all's. If I got anything to do with it. Because I can see fuckery from a mile away. And if I know your child ain't on shit, your child ain't going to be around mine. I don't do that shit. I'm from the old school. I beat up kids and parents and grandmamas and granddaddies and uncles and nieces and aunts and all that shit. I slap the fuck out your ass. You want to keep dysfunction in your family? That's fine. Don't put it on others. You're bogus as hell for that one. Real bogus. But what do I know? I'm just a nigga on Facebook and YouTube just trying to struggle stream and just try to make shit happen. But hold on for 1 second. For all my people out there that's been tuned in, I really appreciate it. I really respect the love that y'all have been given. You know what I'm saying? In the near future, I will be doing probably more than one live. I'm just trying to get some more stuff going on. You know, like I say, I'm struggle streaming right now. So, you know, I'm trying to get some more things going on. So hopefully that'll happen when it needs to happen. And yeah, hold on. Yeah. So with everything that's going on right now, about to sign out. You are at the Roscast. We out tonight. Like I say, like, share, subscribe on Black Bottom Roscast. I'm trying to make some things happen. We're going to talk about some things. Shout out to everybody that's been tuned in tonight. Tune in to YouTube, baby. I'm here. I'm going to have a lot more going on. You see the link in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all those coming out. Shout out to all those that's been out here. We are home. So tell you good night. And it's a brighter, better one. Yeah. So set the clock back. Tune in next Monday, 8 o'clock. Black Bottom Roscast. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. I appreciate you. Hey, put that love in your body. Eat some water. Eat some fruit. Roll you up a blunt. Have you a beer? Get you a cocktail. Just leave them pills alone. Them MFers will kill you. Hope everybody have a good remainder of the week. Have a positive and safe week. We are gone. Tune in next Monday. We are